Antonio breaks down the law of attraction so well that it doesn't matter whether you're a child or an adult, whether you're 8 years old or 80 years old. Antonio teaches the law of attraction in a way to where anyone can grasp the concept, can gain understanding, and can begin to use the law of attraction to get what it is that they desire most in life. I guarantee you that you want to take a listen to Antonio's podcast, Secret to Success, Law of Attraction.
All right. Great top subject today. Well, obviously, all subjects are law of attraction. And I'm getting a phone call. I'm like recording right now, and you're on camera. Would you like to be a part of my recording? And I'm recording about the law of attraction, a 42-hour plus series. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you on speakerphone then. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks like the law of attraction won someone else here. Yes. 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 Should I introduce who you are, or do you want to remain anonymous? Okay. Well, this is Valerie Boyer. She's currently in Michigan, the state of Michigan, working on her master's degree. Good. All right. So we just started. So let's go after it. We'll be going after this for about an hour. So you're in it for as long as you're here. I answered the phone because law of attraction. You were attracted to this conversation. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So Valerie, you're more than welcome to bring input to the conversation. Okay. I haven't even given the subject yet. What we talk about law of attraction, but what we're talking about. And I find it no fault that Valerie called in. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the law of attraction and being yourself. Yes, so I find it no fault. Yes. I find it no fault that she would call. That's why I answered. I said, well, you know what? It's supposed to happen. Now, keep in mind, we keep going over law of attraction over and over. We're talking about a lot of things inside of it. Now we're going to talk about being yourself. This is the hardest challenge you will ever have to face in your entire life. Okay. All right. So we already got some tears about to cover. Oh, did I tell you? Okay.
It's just the green of
This the hardest challenge you will ever have to face in your entire life will be being yourself. Does this make sense? Now, why am I talking about this in law of attraction? Think about this. If you attract into your life everything, okay? If you attract into your life everything, if you attract into your life everything, if you are the creator of your life, of everything, you only have in your life yourself. Okay? Yes, I'm going to do that one more time. You are the master creator. You have created your own reality. You have manifested the things in your life. You have created your level of income. You have created your level of prosperity. You have created your level of poverty. You have created your level of self-esteem. You have created, and we can go on and on and on and on. You are already attracting things to yourself. You're not being yourself. All right, so I'm going to open that up for discussion real quick. Whoever wants to go first. Did you hear what I said, Valerie? Okay, so the premise here is you're already bringing everything into yourself. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm arguing you're not being yourself. You're attracting things to yourself, but you're not being yourself. So before I go deep into that, one of y'all tell me what you got. Let's go with Valerie first. She's on. Let's go with Valerie. We're listening, Valerie. The last, yes, you're already attracting to yourself. You're already attracted to yourself. I'm getting ready to do a full-on onslaught argument about how you're not being yourself, but you're attracting everything to yourself. So I haven't given much details yet, but just tell me what you have. Put this by the camera.
So I think, I'm not as brilliant as yourself. Okay, limited information here. But I think the Newton's law of universal gravitation states that particles attract every other particle in the universe using the force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. And the reason that I feel like that's kind of dope is because, I'm a bit of a nerd, but I'm also a language fiend. And the idea that something can be inversely proportional to the square of a distance, not between an outer shell or not between whatever is connecting them to begin with, but proportional to someone or something's center, means that there's a power in the center or in the core, right, of whatever a being is, that actually controls and navigates every other force around it.
That's right.
So who I am in my core, who I am in my center, is inversely proportional to whatever forces are around me. So do I think it's possible to attract self to self and not be self? Yeah, but do I think it is possible to remain a lesser version of self? And I mean, not to borrow our grandparents' phrases, but at some point or another, who you are is going to come out.
That's right.
No matter how much you try and hide it or how much you try and diminish it, no matter how much you try and box it or reshape it to the puzzle that it was never created to fit to begin with. No matter what alterations you make to self, the real you kind of just loses out anyway, right? So just like the real you is going to lose out, since the most powerful force of the being is the center anyway, then why try and make alterations and changes to that anyway? Why change something that's inevitable? Why try and put a puzzle piece into something that it doesn't belong? Not really. It would seem that seems purposeless, unless the purpose is to appease whoever or whatever other situation you're in. Or in this case, whoever or whatever attracted. So, that was just my balance on it.
Okay. So, as first off, let me just point out that since I'm so in tune with myself, I answered this phone call. I saw Karen. She said a lot. What she did, and I'll break down what she said, because she's talking about she's not intelligent. How many languages you speak, Valerie? That's irrelevant. Okay, if she had to speak the same amount I speak or one more, and I speak 5. Okay, so she is a child prodigy for sure. Except for she's a grown woman now. Now, she said a lot. I'll break down what she said. She went back and forth, not in uncertainty. She was saying, well, obviously there is a core that draws everything to us. And then the inverse, the opposite of that. Everything out comes into us. And then she poked holes in her own argument. She went, because she's collegiate. She's learned. So she understands the power of opposing viewpoints. So before anybody else could poke holes in the argument, she poked holes in her own argument and then said the exact opposite. Then said the exact opposite and then found all the truth in the opposite. What was the opposite? But it's not possible to draw something unto you if you're not being yourself, because at the end of the day, anything you're drawing to you is at the core of what you actually are. She's right. She was right in both manners. She was right in what I said, and she was right in what I said, and then the opposite of what I said, and then the opposite of what she said. She actually did all that in that one talk. Okay? She actually did all that. Okay, great. She's both right. But I'm going to break it down. What do you have? I'm sure it's not going to be science. This came after she said, well, you know, I'm not intelligent like you, but and then went on this genius tirade of excellence. Okay, you go. Put over here so she can hear you, because, you know, Apple has noise cancellation. Hold it like a mic, just so I can know she can hear you. And then talk loud enough for our camera.
So you draw everything to you, whether you're yourself or you're not yourself.
That is true.
So if you're not yourself, the things that you draw to you are not the things that you want. But if you are yourself, the things that you draw to you are what you want. But what I battle with is who is self.
Okay. That's where we're going in this phone call. Who is self? Keep going.
And so if I don't know who I am, what am I truly drawing to myself? Things that leave me in confusion. Things that cause confusion. Things that disrupt my entire life that I don't understand because I'm confused. Therefore, I'm drawing confusion to myself.
Outstanding.
So that's where I'm at.
No, but no. You both said, that's the first thing Valerie said. The first thing she said. She used, like myself, science to prove it. The first thing Valerie said, that's what she said. Then she turned around and said, well, at the end of the day, you are what you are, so you can't draw anything else but what you are, because that's why it's coming to your core. Because your inner being is, well, she didn't say inner being, but that core is drawing everything to you. No, you're both right.
Now, in regards to that part,
Go ahead.
so it's kind of like you truly know who you are by what you draw to you, like what she was saying.
Okay.
So if you're drawing confusion to you, you're a confused person.
That's right.
At the core, you're confused. If you're drawing anger to you, you're an angry person. If you're drawing hatred or distrust or anything like that to yourself, that's who you truly are at the core. And so my personal struggle is, so who are you really?
Okay, so stop right there. I'm going to let her respond to that, because she developed that argument and then poked holes in it, so she has something else to say on that.
Okay.
Valerie, did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear how you put me on the spot.
Go ahead. We're listening. Just millions of people, no pressure.
No pressure. Sure. So what was your question? Was it who am I really?
Did you? What you're confused with, just hit ignore on that. The white one in the middle. There you go.
Where's the struggle?
You.
So it's
Well, you come in front of the camera now. And then yeah.
so it's
Scoot down. There you go.
so it's the struggle. The struggle is I'm drawing these things to me, but am I drawing what I truly am?
No. You made a wise statement. You said, when you draw stuff to you, that is exactly what you are. And that's the problem. Since I don't know who I am, I keep drawing stuff to me that is confusion. That's where you were at.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
No,
So-
re-ask your question so she can answer it.
I think that again, this is my marriage stuff. Okay, so it's my perspective. That's my this is my Valerie thought. I think one thing that's cool about a 2018 context, right, versus like a 1972 context or 1942 context, is that we are no longer required to be either or. Like, we don't have to be one-dimensional individuals or individuals who think in one dimension. This is the age of both and. You know, like, you can be multiple things and multifaceted within one person. And I think that we learn a whole lot of who we are, one, by discovering who we're not, right? Like, so I believe in discernment, but I also believe that there are some things that, like, you have to try. You got to figure out if something is for you. And the gut knows. The gut knows when something is for you and when it's not. And if you're making accommodations for something to be for you because of whatever narrative suggests that it's supposed to be for you, it's probably not. And vice versa, when something comes naturally that does not fit whatever one-dimensional perspective you've given yourself, it might shed some light more on who you are. As far as attracting things that aren't good, yes, honey, hold on, yes. Grab your work, go sit over there. So as far as attracting negative things or things that, like, aren't good, every person we're whole people, or we're holistic people, at least we're trying to be anyway, right? So admitting who you are also means acknowledging the pieces of yourself that are good pieces, because it doesn't make you any less of a perfect you, any less of a perfect being. So you acknowledge the negative, you just don't feed it. You acknowledge the idiosyncrasies and the vulnerabilities, you just don't feed them, or you don't feed them with the same energy that they give. So when you attract things that aren't you, or aren't the energy that you want around you, if you're in control of you change the energy. You change the vibes, because I think we learn more often than not that when two different kinds of energy exist in a room, one is going to emerge and one is just going to go somewhere else, right? If energy is not created or destroyed, it will transfer someone else. If I'm too busy creating positive energy within myself, too busy within my core, if I am creating peaceful energy or creating entrepreneurship energy, if I am creating the kind of energy that I desire to exist in within my being, then the things that I have attracted that no longer fit that energy will move on.
Okay, come on. Now, Valerie has not taken all all those other classes that you all have immediately. She didn't go through the day 1s, 2s, and 3s, and whatever day we're on right now. Hold on, buddy. The day we're on right now. She didn't go through all that. What happened was she just knows some stuff. And she just went all the way back to all our classes. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come get on camera. You finna come on camera. Look at the camera and say hi.
Hi.
What's up? My kids in the background. I homeschool my kids, and they listening to all this right now. Come on up here and come say hi to the camera.
8 and 2?
Yep, 8 and 2. All right. What Valerie has done was went backwards. Let me tell you how she went backwards. She said that energy can never be created. We already covered that. Then she was talking about you have to experience the opposite to know what you want. That's the law of opposites. She went in all that. Come on, say hi. You can't get that close, like super close. Come by Miss Deanna and say hi. Oh, come over here. Come over here. There it is. It's gonna be famous. Come on in. Over here. Come on, Mr. Orange Shirt. Come on, you see. There you go. All right, y'all gonna stay right here? Or we're gonna go back over there. Okay. Let's at least say hi to the camera.
Hi.
All right, there you go. My two genius boys, they're being awesome. And now we have another. We're recording. We have another. Come on, grab a chair and come on. Grab a chair and come in and get in. Now, this is awesome. If you're not sure, you grab it and put it right here. Here's in the camera. And then you just make an adjustment. If you're not sure what has happened thus far, I will simplify it for you. Okay? I will simplify it for you. Do me a favor. As I'm recording, would you please hurry up and do that for me? Thank you very much. As you are, if you're confused, okay, we got people walking in. As you're confused, let me simplify it for you. Everybody is right. We're talking about the law of attraction in yourself. Everybody's right. Ooh. But I'm going to tell you why. Scoot up and scoot back and make this happen, please. But this is what we're going to do. Y'all know how I like stuff judiciously. No, sit here. Judiciously, expeditiously. I am not cutting this out. Now hurry up. Come on. Expeditiously. There we go. Rich people are decisive. Expeditiously. Now, make sure you two sit like I taught you on stage. Yes. But that means one of you can't be in front of the other. Yes. All right, you see it? There you go. So you're back, you're forward. Got it? All right. And we still got Valley on the phone too. Good. This is something. I could do this at a high level of production. I don't want to. You're going to think it's on camera. This is fun. All right, then you come over here. And let's not make that no more. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. You're all in front of the camera. There we go. Now, come sit here as fast as possible. I have, in my mind, wasted 20 seconds times 3. There we go. We got it? Myself wants to get to this. You ready? Is everybody on camera?
Yes.
Outstanding. All right, here we go. Now normally she's always behind the camera. I've got no camera crew. I got them all up here. Here we go. You're right. This is what we covered so far. Just to simplify. There is no law of attraction in yourself. You're attracting everything to yourself. My argument was that you're not being yourself. Valerie covered both. And then even you said, well, I am, but I'm confused because I can judge myself by what I'm attracting to myself. Now, let me unmuddy the waters. All of you are right. Well, both of you are right. And now there would be an all. Both of you are right. Here's how this works. The reason why I can say definitively, this is an adjective, definitively, why you are not being yourself, but you attract everything to yourself. This is for the same scientific reason that Valerie said. There's a core. Everything is in vibration. The vibration goes out and it reaches something, and that same thing that you're vibrating at comes back to you. So you're constantly bringing into your reality what you are. But what you are isn't who you are for this one reason. Because you have not decided to shed yourself from everybody else's opinions and thoughts. 99% of your thoughts are not yours. So right now, most of you are living a life that has been determined by your culture, your parents, your upbringing, your environment, and everything. And that's the truth. That is the truth that will never flee. I got you. That will never flee. It is the truth because until you reach self-actualization is what psychology would call it. Until you're ready to say, Mom, I love you, but your plan for me is not my plan for me. I wish I had somebody. I feel like I said something. Dad, I get that you want me to be safe, but that's not my life. And until you shed, this one's going to hurt a little bit, until you're able to receive your religious teachings with your own mind, you can't get closer to your deity until then. Your whole life you've been taught what to think. Okay, you still remember your question?
Yes.
Okay, so watch this here. I'll prove it to you.
Oh, yes.
I'll prove it to you. Do women make more than men? Ooh. Do women culturally make more than men. Okay. Some of you are guided by what your culture told you women belong. Valerie actually said that in the very beginning. Then you're guided by your culture where men says you belong. Now put a nationality on you. You're guided by that. And when I start, it took me to break 5 things in making money. I'm going to say these 5 things and I'm going to let you say what you have to say. I had to break 5 things in making money. Valerie, can you hear me? Okay. I had to break 5 things. And honest to God, in order for me to make money, I had to do these 5 things. I had to shatter what my parents taught me about money. I had to then shatter what religion told me about money. I had to then shatter what my culture taught me about money. I had to then shatter what my environment told me about money. Then lastly, I had to shatter what my country told me about how much money I get to make because I look like me. Did you get that? What are the 5 things I said?
Shadow with parents,
Mm-hmm.
religion,
Environment.
Culture and environment are 2 different things.
Yes, environment, culture, and country.
Yeah. By culture, I meant what you would call my culture. African American man. My environment happened to be a poor environment. Yes.
The hood.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying? I could have my culture in the suburbs, but I had a culture and a hood. You understand? And then after I escaped all those 4 stratospheres of where I belong in money, once I freed myself from all 4 of those, it took me the longest to convince myself what America wants me in money doesn't exist for me.
You had to prick.
I had to, is that what you did? You made an acronym?
You know
It is then. You understand? He called it prick. Okay?
Prick.
Prick. Okay, whatever it is.
Ain't that for food?
I guess so. But do you understand what I'm saying? What I had to do was break all 5 of these levels of thoughts. My environment wasn't my thoughts. Those thoughts were there before I got here. My parents, those are my parents' thoughts. Which came from their parents' thoughts. Which came from their parents' thoughts. Lastly, America's thoughts. America's thoughts of where I'm going to fit at in money did not serve me. All right, you have your question now. Go ahead, sir. You have your question. Hold this for me because you know Apple has these noise cancellation speakers. You understand?
Let me receive it.
I'm proving to you. Right now, this is psychological. I had to shed thoughts. Until I shed the thoughts of my parents about money, guess what I attracted to me? My parents' thoughts of money. In fact, let me keep talking. I want to break this down even more. Think about this for a second. How many of you right now have the dollar amount that your parents expected you to have? No, I'm being serious. They told you money don't grow on trees, and you went out with that.
That's why you ain't got no money.
They told you to get a good job so you can have holidays off, and you went out and did that. Who said you even needed a job? What? Come here, boys. Come here. I'm going to show y'all something. Come here, boys. Hey, Nash, come here. Come here. Come walk across the camera. Come over here. They can see back here, huh? Back here. Okay. Now watch this shit. So I got my boys. Can you see these 2? You see these 2? Okay, good. Watch this shit. I'm going to show you. How old are you? Okay, tell the camera. So you're 5. Okay, you'll be 6 in like 2 weeks. How old are you? 9. All right, be 9. You'll be 10 in October. Here we go. Now watch this here. I'm not even going to look at it. What's the secret to life?
To be happy.
Okay, did y'all see that? The secret to life is to be happy. Now, what I did was I condensed all this law of attraction training into this one statement. What's the secret to life?
To be happy.
My parents did not teach me that. Okay, hold on. I'm not even done. Aiden, why can't you buy everything? Hey, come on, man. Somebody. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. I'm not even looking at him.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Say it again.
No, Anayo just used that word.
Yeah, say it again so
Wait.
Valerie can hear your phone.
Say that again.
Why can't you buy everything, buddy?
Consumerism.
Consumerism. You hear that, Valerie? They're standing behind me.
I didn't even know that word.
My parents didn't teach me that. I just told you their ages. How old are you, Aiden?
9.
How old are you? Aiden, who taught Ashton how to tie a shoe? You can say you did. You did. Okay? When I wake you up in the morning, Aiden, what do I make you do? Who do I make you wake up? Okay. When I wake him up in the morning, I make him wake his brother. I could do it. I can easily go do it myself. But I'm teaching one to take care of the other, and the other, no matter how young he is, to take care of the older. My parents didn't teach me that. So they are attracting into their lives some of my thoughts, but I'm forcing them to have their own thoughts. And these thoughts, whether it be mine or theirs, are not poverty. Does that make sense? Make sense? Okay, you come sit back down. You come sit back down. Does this make sense? Because I didn't want my camera crew in all this for this learning. What I'm trying to teach you is, I attracted how many of us, Valerie, will include you too, how many of us didn't figure out about credit until our mid-20s? Okay, or 30s. Okay. Yeah, he was looking at me like,
What about my category?
or 30s. Because you inherited your parents' thoughts about credit.
All I knew was
Watch the
checks.
camera.
All I knew was checks pay for everything, regardless of if the money's in the bank or not. You can still write a check.
Yeah. They call that theft. But
I learned theft at 18 from my cousin.
okay, hold on, Ricky. Let me get Valerie real quick. Go ahead, Valerie. Put it there.
Hold on, guys.
Okay.
Hold on. So I'm on a phone call and I'm finishing this paperwork.
Okay, that's what she's doing other work. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I learned theft at 18 from my cousin.
High five, buddy.
Not really, like that wasn't a parent taught me that.
Hey, I go play.
My cousin taught me that.
Y'all want to stay in?
He figured out the power of poverty in overdraft. Now, I want you to really actually
just keep it in one spot.
Yeah, I want you to actually catch the words that I'm utilizing, because he figured out the power of poverty in overdraft.
Before you learned about credit. How old were you before you learned about credit? Okay, her first answer was please. Okay. What's your second answer besides please? Because please tells me a lot.
Even about it at like 16, but when did I actually, have to care? Like 19, 20.
Yeah. Now, how old are you now?
23.
23. Okay, come back. So it took her 19, 20 to start learning about credit. Well, she's got stuff, but what Valerie did very well was get mentors very early. She never let her environment tell her where to go. You understand? This 23-year-old was just dropping mad science up there. Okay, you got it. Now, that's just the parents I just showed you. I can go on, I can do the same thing. But you see that my boys know about consumerism. If you don't know what consumerism is.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. That's the age you live in now. Consumerism is where they teach you to buy everything. You always need everything. And you never have enough. The industries had a problem in the 1940s because in 1920s and right around after the Great Depression, people only bought what they needed. Crazy people were actually responsible with their money. stupid, crazy people. I'm only going to buy what I need. How many of you right now have 8 to 10 boxes of cereal in your refrigerator right now? 4. 4 boxes of cereal. Do you need all 4 boxes of cereal? Consumerism. No matter what you say. Nope.
Okay.
No matter what you say, you're going to justify
consumerism. If I say each box is for every person in the house,
the moment
that's still consumerism. Yeah.
That's consumerism. They want you to have each box
person,
for each person. That's all facts. Okay, Valerie, you was going to say something.
Oh, I was being funny. Like, is that your question?
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're right. It's interesting. We're the brokest quarters that I've ever met. We're broke quarters. We don't get rid of anything that we don't need. You know?
Yeah. And we're broke. Do you bring that? Yeah. And we're broke. We're absolutely broke. But consumerism says, Valerie, get you one more. It's all good. If you want to be happy, buy this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not how to be happy. If you want to be happy, become happy, and you will attract more things that will make you happy and never have to spend a dime. This is why my boys understand the secret to life is to be happy, not to get things. Yes, go ahead.
So, if you just be happy, who you truly are will come out.
Well, let me see what keep going. Because I think you're on to something, but you kind of said it wrong. But go ahead.
If you're consistently in a state of happiness, if you stay happy, you draw unto you happiness.
Right.
So in the process of doing that, you're going to eliminate the thoughts that you're going to pretty much, what you said, shatter what your parents taught you. You're going to shatter what religion taught you. You're going to shatter what culture and environment and country taught you. So if you shatter all of that, you're only left with who you are at the core. So you're only left with yourself.
You create the energy. Okay, so explain it again, Valerie, because she said that in the first one. Explain it again.
I said you create the energy that you want, so that the other energy has to go somewhere else. So if you don't want the energy of what your parents have said, the narrative your parents have given, you create your own narrative. You create that energy, and so your parents' energy has to go somewhere else. If you don't want the environmental components of what you can and cannot make, you create your own environmental energy, so that energy has to go somewhere else. We are constantly creating the energy that we want, so that the other energy is not comfortable staying around ours.
Boom. Boom. Absolutely correct. This is what she said earlier. If you rewind this, she said earlier, energy can never be created and never be destroyed. That's the first law of thermodynamics. And what she said earlier was, when you create your own energy, actually, she didn't say your own at the time. She said when you create an energy that is opposite of her energy in the room, one of those will endure, is what she said. And then the other will be transferred. Now, she said this almost 30 minutes ago. I just actively listened. She said, there will be transferred. And then she went into, because energy can never be created, can never be destroyed. Let's break it down in simple talk. When you become happy, as you said, you transfer any other negativity, because it can't exist in the same place. Because back to science, there's not enough electrons. Your happiness has its own electrons just floating around. And the negative energy can't get in that, so it must go and disperse somewhere else. Because your electron field of happiness has all the electrons it needs.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense? And if you put, now check this out. This is why some of y'all are losing. Because if you put another electron on the outer cloud, which you would see, it doesn't exactly, it works like this, but not in the, it's more like ellipses, but I won't get into that. The point is, you change what the atom is now. You change it. Think your periodic table, you change it. You change it from being happy to, okay. Go ahead.
Which I'll go deeper and say in layman's terms. When you add anything negative to a positive situation, you just make that situation negative.
But negative energy is...
Because the energy in which you really have, that's the energy in which you really receive. No matter the energy that you think. Like, you could think positive, but your words come out negative, and you're going to get negative back to you.
Well, even if you think, not keep talking, but if you think positive, if you speak positive, but you're actually negative on the inside, you can speak positive, but those positive words have no effect.
Right. Because you're going to get what you really, Tony always said, you don't get, I think I'm about to mess it up. You don't get what you want. You get who you are. That's in every aspect. Watch this. Transparent moment, right? Y'all didn't see me yesterday.
No, you was gonna get on.
Y'all didn't see me yesterday, right? There's no excuse for it. The energy I was operating in, I felt wasn't worthy enough of the office. But I failed to realize, even if I would have brought that energy to the office, the power of the energy that's here would have changed the energy in which I was operating in. So we miss stuff because we feel like our energy is too strong and going to overtake the whole situation. Now, not when the atmosphere is already created.
So that's perfect. That brings me to the only point I had in this class. Before I brought up all this and everything else. How he was vibrating yesterday. Somebody else's thoughts told him not to come around.
Yes.
And this is what I need all of you to receive.
Yes, absolutely.
They were his thoughts, but who taught him?
Right. So if you ain't feeling up, you like that, it was thoughts.
I can feel the breakthroughs happening.
I allowed not only my awareness to drop, but I allowed myself to operate in what I was taught. And not only who I am, but what I create every day. Like I'm receiving the power of creating my own reality. You understand what I'm saying? So when that movie come out, I'm super ready. Like, done. I'm super ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm receiving it. And I'm receiving the power of creating my own reality. And yesterday, I even hit him and I was like, I do this woo-woo, knock out some this, that, and then I'm bringing it down. Because I need to holler at you about some stuff. Granted, he just already answered it by me just coming here. So guess what? I ain't never had to ask him. All I had to do was come.
But who taught you not to come?
But because the training in which I received all my life of growing up in my environment of poverty, growing up around my, tell the truth, parents of poverty, growing up around family in poverty, growing up around religion, that's poverty. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that was around me was poverty. And everything, and all the poverty taught me was excuses to not be successful and not do what's worthy of actually who I am. So, happiness, when you actually literally choose it, like when you choose, like we can say right now you choose happiness and tomorrow you wake up in a bad mood. So you just contradicted the fact that you choose happiness. But when we actually choose happiness, the process of the poverty in which we grew up in, which is, we're taught this, the matrix. We actually realize that that's really beneath us and we are greater than that. Like we are God. And we actually create what we want each and every day.
Okay, hold on real quick. Y'all know my awareness is...
Yeah.
I want to hear from you. What what makes you nervous about this awesomeness we're talking about? Oh, I'm really good. I'm so good. I'm so good. I am the best, okay? I am so good. Just don't even think, okay? There you go. Talk to the camera, too. Music, I want everybody to hear. Everything happens. She called, pick it up. She called for a reason. You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. My boy's here for a reason. Let's go. It's automatically okay. You already won.
Okay.
Let that be relief for you.
Okay.
All right.
So, start off with
That's okay.
My thoughts are not my own. And the more I drop my arrogance and the more I see that, the more I'm like, okay, so who am I really? And I'm a little nervous about who I really am.
Lots of people are.
Am I really the nice person? Or am I the butthole? Am I really the person who has it all together? Or am I truly a being of confusion? Like, who am I really? And so my nervousness is, you can create whatever you want, but do you even know what you want? Do you even know who you are enough to know?
You need to talk to. I can feel the same way I just felt you. Same way I can feel this.
Ooh.
Sure, go ahead.
I am disclaimer.
I want people to see the
You know I do disclaimers. I am not capable of answering that question or solving that problem right now, as far as I know. Like, I don't know, because I am often myself in a constant search of what I want. Now, as I said, I am not as brilliant as Antonio, but like I'm a pretty dope person. I'm a pretty dope person with a lot of gifts and graces, and things that I'm dope at. But what I want, I wish I could tell you. The only thing that I have figured out in this creation process is that I am not limiting myself into what I just had. I am not limiting the good things that come my way. I am not limiting or setting parameters on what's for me, based on not being able to make a decision about what that should be. I'm not doing it. I am going to experience all of the fullness that I can. And I am going to do so in a way where I am unapologetic in my experience of fullness. And I am becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable. And the more, I'm going to bring you one. I am becoming comfortable in the uncomfortable. And the more comfortable I become in the uncomfortable, the more me of myself I be. The more at peace I become with not having answers, the more answers seem to kind of just greet me. I don't know. When I was seeking for the answers of defining exactly verbatim word for word, Valerie, who are you? I was frustrated and hurt, and I didn't and wasn't getting those answers. Not in the way that I thought I should, but as soon as I let go and abandon whatever notion this is of having that answer currently or having that answer definitively, when I stop looking for definition, because definition is just another form, for real, of limitation. When I stopped looking for definition, some things about my happy became definitive. And the less I look for definition, the more of who I am is emerging. The only thing that I can tell you, though, is that I will not be limited to whatever definition I was subconsciously seeking. And I invite you to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I invite you to be unlimited and let the definition find you. That's just my Valerie thought.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm gonna let her respond.
That freed me.
I know it did.
You spoke about being unlimited on the plate that are called. And for some reason, I still limited myself.
We all do. Some.
I guess I've limited myself for so long it's become habit. I've never really lived in an unlimited world. I've never lived in an unlimited world. So I'm up for the journey. Like I don't know what it means to be unlimited.
Well, I got you.
Okay.
I got you. So we're gonna land the plane. So we're gonna land the plane. Any more questions? Any more? You got I'm in no rush.
No, it's not a question.
Okay. Well, before you do
I
that.
don't want to take your thunder.
Nah, you can't. You can't, because I'm about to speak on an awareness that's way up there. How can you said I've never lived an unlimited life. I'm finna come to you. I've never lived an unlimited life. How can you attract an unlimited life if you're not an unlimited life on the inside? In order to live, you must first become. Did everybody receive? Yes. Okay.
The formula. Knowledge plus
Experience equals being. Knowledge plus experience equals being. In order to experience that life, you must first experience it. You gotta become it. And you can't become what you don't know. Okay, you had something.
Yeah, I was gonna
Just speak so she could, the noise cancellation.
yeah. I was gonna actually encourage Deanna because this is actually what I'm doing of being happy and being unlimited. Is I would recommend anybody to go back to watch the Law of Attraction talking about fear, because everything we're talking about is that. And if you kill that, you automatically took care of the rest.
There's only two things.
We're fearful.
What are the two things?
We're fearful of our success,
Love
and fear.
fear.
That's
Only
it.
two things that exist on planet Earth.
And the only reason you're not you because you fear you. You fear who you really are. You fear actually being successful.
Now you make sure you punch yourself in the head.
No, I'm saying me. No, when I'm saying you, I'm talking to me.
Well, you said, but everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fear actually changing people's lives. And you fear them being grateful for it. So you don't actually give them everything that they need to help their life change. You only give them more fear. But that's what you feel. And that's all we reciprocate.
Only give what you got.
How we reciprocate in people is fear. That's all we have. Is fear. We really don't have happiness. Like we gotta bite the buckle and actually swallow the pill and be honest with ourselves. Am I happy? No. If it would have recorded, that would have been a word in front of that. No. You know why? Because I still got fear in me. Like, we think of the word wealthy, prosperous, and we think just in areas of money. We don't think in areas of our attitude, our being, our lifestyle, everything.
Show up.
So just because your pockets may have you feeling like you prosperous, boo-boo, you not. Because you still got fear. You got fear of actually being you, so you give them your representative. You got fear of actually changing people's lives, so you give them the half-truth. You got fear of actually making a difference in this world, so you hold back on what's really inside of you and you dumb yourself down around people that really need the help. I'm talking about me.
I'm trying to be respectful over time. Like, you just killed that. And the last 3 comments have been into the closing thoughts of this conversation. What's up, buddy? Okay, hold on, buddy. Okay, all the closing thoughts having into my closing thoughts. I want you to understand something. You just killed everything you just said. It was flawless. So did you. So did Val. There's something missing. You say, we're not happy because you haven't decided to be, right? It's that simple. Y'all know this. The point of the soul, and speak your language, okay? Okay, so we're gonna speak his language. He loves the church. So we're gonna speak just for a second. The point of the soul is to free itself. The point of the soul is to free itself. Got it? Make sense? The point of God is to free others. Okay. Don't worry about it, because this is these. I have these classes written down in my head, because I memorize everything, and then I got them all bullet points, and I let y'all talk, and I always facilitate you back to where I want you to go. The point of the soul is to free itself. The point of God is to free others. Make sense? Now, take that out of that talk, and let me tell you what that means in this natural world. I am 100% happy. 99% would just make me angry. I'm 100% happy. I free myself. I am at the point of what psychologists call self-actualization. So what I do is just free others. Rewind, press play, because you missed it. I've taken the journey of freeing myself. There's nothing else on the journey of myself to do but to get better at being the creative source. In your language, to be more like God. Okay? In my language, to be that which I came from. To tap into infinite intelligence and be that on earth. Your language. To bring heaven on earth. Same thing, just different language. Make sense? I don't have to free myself. Done. I spend my life now. Freeing others. He got it. Does that make sense?
Yes, I
it's okay.
I read the paper. So I received it.
It's okay.
Yes, right there.
But she said okay. She said she's still lost. I spend my others.
Yes.
You see it now. All right, now go show the camera.
Wow.
Go show the camera. Show the camera. All right.
Wow.
Got it? Is it focused in? Did it see? All right. All right.
Now
I'll break that. Well, and Valerie already got it because she's been saying it the whole time. I spend my life now just practicing or being or getting better at being God. I free others. Which is what, now, that's not to offend anybody who's religious, which is what your Bible says.
Mm-hmm.
Eastern.
Yes, it does.
That's what you've been telling
You
us.
can't offend nobody if you speak in the Bible. If they get offended, they got with the Bible.
Eastern theology has something called theosis, and I'll draw it on the wall as this is theology. This is why I study so many religions, so I can have common ground with everyone.
Both things.
And so I don't be divisive. Okay. Theosis says God in a full circle became man, so man can become God. That's theosis is Christian. It's called Eastern Orthodox Christian. Okay. So I say this again in conclusion. Okay. In conclusion, everybody knocked out the park. I want to be respectful of Valerie's time, and I promise an hour. And just hit an hour. In conclusion, you are drawing things to yourself, but you never start being yourself. So you're only drawing your mom's fears, your dad's fears, your grandmother's fears, your culture's fears, your country's control, all that stuff like that. Right? Now watch it. Never have I said, yes, he's getting revelations. Never have I said, you give me those parents, right? Which was first?
Parents.
Did I ever say they were bad?
No.
Did I ever say get rid of them?
No.
What was
Religion.
next? Did I ever say it was bad?
No.
Did I ever say get rid of it?
No.
What was next?
Environment.
Culture, or you got a culture, environment, if we do both at the same time. Did I ever say either one of those were bad?
No.
Either one of you should get rid of?
No.
Country was next, right?
Yes.
Did I say any of those are bad?
No.
I didn't ask you to get rid of any of these 5 layers. Just make sure you're thinking for yourself and you can make these 5 layers better. You can free people in these 5 layers by simply using the law of attraction to be yourself. My name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. You can plan better. You can dominate.